Hey guys, this is SFM06 with another Battlefield 3 online multiplayer video, and as you can see in this video I'm using the L85A2, I think it's called, and I wanted to get a video using this gun because my very first video which I uploaded was an assault rifle overview of the top, what is being called the top 3 assault rifles, the AEK, the FEMIS, the F2000, and after I made that video, I ended up slogging through, squad deathmatch to unlock this gun, which is a terrible game mode, by the way. Squad deathmatch, I don't know why you would play it ordinarily without the back-to-car expansion, without having to try and get this gun. But I managed it, I got this gun, and I just wanted to bring it to you as an alternative to using one of those assault rifles. Now, I say an alternative because it's not going to overtake them. It's a completely different gun. You can see there it has a much slower rate of fire but a higher accuracy, which means that in closer range battles you're still going to prefer the FEMIS or the F2000, the AK, whichever one is your favourite. I prefer the F2000 or the FEMIS, but for longer range battles, usually when you're on the defending side of a rush match, or if you're in a large scale conquest, this might be the gun that you want to use. So, I make a mistake. You still do have to burst fire at longer ranges. I think it's here. Yeah, I can't go full on this guy, and it just doesn't work out for me. And one thing you got to watch out for with this gun is seems to have a slower recoil than most of the other guns. The AEK has a longer recoil than all the other ones. Obviously the AN94, which is just not very good at all, has a longer recoil than all the other ones. Longer reload, I mean, so with the reload, you're just going to have to watch out for that, because I do die a few times in here because of that. I'm just fast forwarding it here just because I just run all the way up here and don't really do anything after they take the base. I run all the way up here just to get shot in the face, so it's sort of pointless if you want to watch it. Try and shoot this guy, shot in the back, and then he hops in the Amtrak, which I don't like. I don't like the Amtrak. I don't like how many rockets or C4 or whatever I can take, and it's just really annoying, especially when you're on the gun. I've noticed that if you're on the gun and the guy is driving it turns, your gun turns with the Amtrak, so it's hard to aim. It's just annoying. I thought I was going to get to safety here. Didn't quite make it because of the tank, but oh well. And the range that you want to get to when using the L85 as opposed to one of the other assault rifles, it has a slightly longer, well, I'm going to call the effective range, so where you can full auto somebody accurately. So I think I'll do it to this guy here. I'm not sure. Oh no, this is this guy. I throw a grenade at him, I miss him, he still doesn't realise, and then I run in and defuse the bomb he just planted, and he doesn't even know I'm there. I'm not even using a suppressor or anything, and I actually, after some bad shots, I managed to shoot him. But the range they wanted there with the L85 as opposed to the other assault rifle, just imagine where with the other assault rifles you would want to start burst firing. And see, that's another, see, slow reload gets me. That guy just, I don't know, didn't see me or something. But the range where you're going to want to burst with other assault rifles, just where you want to start bursting with the other assault rifles is where you want to be with this gun, because you can full auto at that range. It's pretty easy. This is only my second game, or was only my second game with the L85. So you see there, again, the reload gets me in a bit of trouble, but because it's my only second game, I slip back in my Battlefield Backcountry 2 habit of just trying to burst fire while still in full auto mode, and then later on in the game I start using my fire select and go back to single fire mode, which is a lot easier. So here I still have my gun on full auto, I try and tap fire him manually, and while I do get him, it's a lot easier if you just switch your gun to single fire, because it seems to have more recoil. Even if you're single firing with like you're manually single firing, it still seems to have a lot of recoil, even more than single firing. See, that range is where you want to be, just sort of in that grey area between burst firing and full autoing with other assault rifles, is where you want to be with this gun, and you want to be fully autoing with it. So because this is like my first game, I don't really have any attachments for this. For most of this game I'm using the ACOG scope, which is the way to go, the 4x or the 3.4. That's probably the way to go with this gun. It's a longer range weapon. And see this Amtrak, I don't know what this Amtrak's doing. It's right next to the objective. I try and get into here, so there's an enemy inside that Amtrak. I don't know if he's in the driver's seat, he doesn't realise that he can't shoot, or I don't know what he's doing, but he's sitting there in this. It's just a weird little spot here that we get into because the Amtrak is cutting off that route. So once again, I can't get in there. There seems to be an enemy in there, but he doesn't know that me and this other guy here. I stuff up on this guy, have some bad shooting, and he gets me with the FEMIS. And then my guy kills him, revives me here, even though a guy runs in. And then there's two guys here that don't realise I'm here. So I shoot that guy, he doesn't even realise I'm there. Knife in the back, and then try and pull out a knife from that guy, and he killed me with a repair torch. I don't know, and I really wanted to respawn in this place here, because I see all these guys here. I just want to get in and throw a grenade, but they managed to blow up the MCOM before I can get back in. And I think I'm going to fast forward this part as well, just because I don't do much. I just run up back into that line, up into where they're advancing into. And what I usually do on this first part is go around to this place. What you want, because what makes this place so good here is that it has the fences or the rocks in the way between the enemies and you can just be on the side and shoot the enemies in the side. See this again, I'm not using my fire select.
Spotted, over.
I'm still trying to sort of manually single fire with full auto on, and it's just not as effective. And I sort of get confused here. I don't know which guy to shoot at, and I end up just getting shot by this guy. It was actually a pretty good spawn point. This guy, once again running around using these rocks that are here as cover. I'm sitting there tank, I'm like, yeah, you know what, I'm just going to keep running. Using these rocks as cover and trying to... This is where you don't want to be with the L85. You don't want to be shooting at some guy and then someone runs in front of you. I don't know if you've seen, but that guy, there's a guy there in between the guy I was originally shooting at and the guy that I sort of started chasing. And I got a few shots on him accidentally, and he came around, and he's the guy who came around and shot me.
Hang on, bud.
I didn't see him the first time I was playing, so I was a bit confused. And I think this is the part where I'm just chasing this guy up here, and this is a bad idea. Don't ever do this. If your teammate dies, like this guy's about to, Daddy is Paddy, he dies there, and then I'm like, yeah, I'm just gonna run into exactly where he just died. Don't ever do that, especially when the other guy has a FEMIS. It's just not a very good idea, and it's an easy way to get yourself shot. You see an enemy die, your teammate dying, and you don't know where it came from, or you know where it came from and the other guy's in a better spot than you, just don't go there. Just don't try and be a Rambo and save the day. Just run away, be a little girl, and survive. So here, you see I'm still using my fully auto. Managed to get this guy here. Once again, that range where I can full auto people, even though it's a little bit of a longer range, is where you want to be. I think I start using my actual semi-automatic capabilities around here. See, I don't know how many bullets this guy's going to take. That's 4 hit markers, then another hit marker G18. I don't know how many bullets, how much damage the assault rifles do at long range. I think it's somewhere between 5 and 8 bullets, I'm not sure. I'm assuming this one has the same damage as the other assault rifles, because all the assault rifles have the same damage, except for the G3A3. And yeah, I'm just trying to take pot shots across this thing. They've taken that base. some sort of just being a little spawn lingerer, if you will, which I don't like, I don't approve of, don't do it, especially if you're an enemy team when I'm playing. I don't like it, but, you know, it's one of those things that if I run away, I'm probably going to get shot in the back, so I decided to stay here. What I wish guys could do is, as the attacking team, instead of semi-automatic on, that's where you want to be fully auto. But I should, I think, put in a sort of, make this a grey zone for the defenders once the attackers take the base. So like the attackers can't go up into the defender's base after they take a base for about, I think it's 15 seconds. I think after 15 seconds, this should become a grey area for the attackers, for the defenders. But I don't know, that's just what I think. I think it'll be better that way. We're in Operation Metro where all those people after the first base always just hang around in the bushes, and it's just not good, and it's just not fun to be running up and being shot from behind, like from your spawn point, and it's just annoying. And I run all this way, this objective's on the whole way. I think I'm gonna get to it. I shoot this guy's camping here. Run through, somehow don't die, and shoot this guy's up here, and damn it, I was so disappointed when we didn't get that. And I unlocked the foregroup there. I don't put it on this game because after this I just sort of forget that I have it. But I do recommend putting it on. I do recommend putting it on with all the assault rifles, and for that matter, pretty much all the carbines and all the PDWs. It's pretty much, for me, the most helpful attachment, other than probably the suppressor, just because I like the suppressor. The most useful attacking just because it pretty much increases the range that I can full auto at accurately. So it's very helpful for me because I like to be, I don't know, I like to be flexible in what I can do. That's why I like the engineer kit so much, because with the medic kit, with the recon kit, even a little bit of support kit unless you're like an epic boss. So here I can simplify this guy, he's not a very good sniper. But I like to be versatile. I like the engineer kit because I don't get trapped with a vehicle and I have to run away. And also the guns are pretty good, so I do like the engineer kit a lot. And I also like the assault rifle a lot. I'm a big assault rifle guy. I do have to thank this guy, he's using the small on my team. But even though he does kind of smell like that there after I kill him, you see. But he actually uses it to destroy walls, if you know what it's for, not to just spam in Operation Metro. See here, I'm having trouble getting these guys. He blows up the walls for me, which is actually a big help. So if you're an engineer and you're using a small and there's no vehicles, or using an RPG or whatever you have, shoot it at walls, because walls are not very nice and you can actually blow them up. And then this guy's not a very good death. See, he kills me and he's sort of trying to lurk up there in that, on top of that half broken, half ruined building. Look at these guys, so many Christmas noobs. This guy I'm spawning on level 1. Yeah, throw a grenade up there. I'll go around the back, see if there's any exterior stairs, something like that. There's not. I check to break the glass there, just because the glass in Battlefield 3 is so clear. You can't see it at all. You know, how you just start and you run up and then there's just nothing glass. I'm talking about those stairs and you just hear that sound. And just because my Battlefield back on me, you just hear that sound, you just run away because the building's about to blow up. And if you're near it, like Battlefield back on the building, if you're standing next to it, you still died. And I try and get to disarm this place and my disarm button's not working. Thankfully my teammate gets it. I'm trying to get it, but you know, whatever. But that's one thing I've noticed in disarming. See, the L85 isn't too bad. I know it was a headshot and it was sort of a lucky headshot. But it's not too bad in close range, as long as you sort of get the drop on the guy and you're expecting it. If you're just running in and then some guys there and you're still sprinting, you pretty much got no chance unless he's like an idiot with a sniper rifle or something. And this is a very good tactic in pretty much all games that nobody uses, and it's very basic. It's called flanking. If you can get next to the enemy, around the enemy, just to the side of the enemy at an angle they're not looking for or looking at, it's so easy to get kills. You just get behind them and you just rip them up from the back. It's a very good easy tactic. If you see your teammates sitting there shooting at enemy and you see bullets coming back over the top, because for some reason these guys just feel like shooting traces, just do not go there and do not run into that. Just go around the side and just get yourself in a position that won't put you where those bullets are going. It's pretty easy. The maps on Battlefield 3 are pretty big and pretty open, with the exception of Metro and Grand Bazaar and Cian Crossing. It's pretty easy to get around. And see, even if you get up into, not into their spawn, but just in that in-between area where they've just left their spawn and they're just like before they think they're going to encounter any enemies, when they're still sprinting, it's pretty easy to get kills. Like those two guys, they're still sprinting. If you come across an enemy that's still sprinting and you're in that area where they are still sprinting, it's pretty easy to kill them, and they don't really have any chance of getting like a shot away or anything at you, because after short sprinting, get their gun off and, you know, whatever. And once again, see, I'm just coming from somewhere that these guys don't expect. Even though I'm terrible at shooting, I still get them. And there you go, that's my one revive for the game. Maybe my second, I don't know. And this guy, my teammate doesn't get him, I don't get him. So 2 tickets left, I'm like, oh no, come on. This always happens to me somehow, the enemy always plants. But I don't know, his plant button wasn't working or something. Which is, you know, good for me. He doesn't end up winning. I finished the game with 33-11. Using the L85, which is a pretty good gun. It's a better gun for longer range. What you want to use it as is pretty much a slower firing sort of M27 IAR sort of thing. So slower fire rate than that. Want to use it with an ACOG scope. And yeah, that's pretty much where you want to use it. So I bring you this since I didn't put it in my other video, and it's definitely a gun worth slogging through squad deathmatch to unlock. And hopefully you enjoyed this video, and I'll try and put out more. If you do enjoy it, I'll try and put out more, and hopefully I will see you in the next video that I do. See you later.